Hello, we're in the Numbers chapter 15 from verse 37. And it says, well, the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. Throughout the generations to come, you must make tassels for the hems of your clothing and attach them with a blue cord. When you see the tassels, you'll remember and obey all the commands of the Lord instead of following your own desires and defiling yourselves as you're prone to do. The tassels will help you remember that you must obey all my commands and be holy to your God. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that I might be your God. I am the Lord your God. I've read them all, those verses. I don't always read out when we're going through Numbers, but I did this time because they're such striking words that the Lord wanted not just the priests, not just the religious specialists or the zealots or that, but everybody to have something on their clothing, these tassels at the bottom, so that as they were getting dressed in the morning and as they were moving about throughout the day, they would have this kind of deliberate reminder to them and it was to be attached with blue cord. So I suppose the idea is there'd be a little blue cord hanging down and then a tassel. So as you were getting the clothes on in the morning, you'd be very aware of them at the bottom. And then I suppose as you were moving about in the day, sometimes the tassels would bash against something or drag on the floor, I don't know. But it would be something that you'd probably be reminded of, certainly when you were getting dressed, but probably many times throughout the day. And I suppose the tassels would have a tendency to get dirty because they might drag along the ground or catch on the ground or things. And that itself would be at this sense of you need to clean them, wash them, they get worn down, they'd need to be updated, kept fresh, I don't know. But there's lots of things about it that would capture your attention and you'd have to think about them because the lesson is about being reminded when you're getting dressed, when you're getting undressed throughout the day at different times, that we do not live, it says here, to follow our own desires and defile ourselves as we are prone to do. So it's very easy throughout the day, the flesh with our basic desires and appetites is constantly going to be saying, do this, think about this, focus on this. This is where your life lies. This is what life's all about. Focus on these things. And that if we do that, we will become defiled, just as those tassels might in that way, I suppose. But that sense of being defiled. But rather, the Lord God is the one who's rescued us from slavery. And so we are reminded at the beginning of the day, the end of the day, throughout the day, repetitively, no, I'm not going to just follow my own desires and become enslaved again. Rather, I'm going to listen to his commands because his commands are perfect freedom, the freedom to do what is good, what is healthy, what leads to sanity and fruitfulness. His ways are good, and I trust him to know what is the right way to live because he's already rescued me from death, hell and slavery. So I find that bit at the end of Numbers 15 a really powerful statement about how to live. What reminders can we put in place throughout the day as we're getting dressed, as we go to bed, as we go through the day? What are things that will almost be irritants that just keep prodding us saying, hang on, how are you living? Whose desires are you following? Are you doing your will or his will? Are you saying my will be done or are you saying his will be done? Are you recognizing that you've been rescued from slavery or are you yearning after slavery? Going back to Egypt in that sense of Numbers. I've thought about this more than many things in the book of Numbers because I know how much I need these reminders, not just once a day, but many times a day, to address whose command am I following?